Hey Tickies, okay, today we are doing a Shooting Stars and Disintegrating Planet Mani. I really hope you like it. Let's get into it. So the polish that I'm using for this one is a new shade from Picture Polish. It's called Saphira. It is basically a galaxy in a bottle. Not really much else you need to do. After the base coat, I'm going to paint two thin-ish coats of Saphira over all of my nails. I have to say I am just in love with this polish. It's basically a jelly-like consistency which reaches opaqueness after your two coats. It's just so beautiful. So the brushes that I'm using today are also from Picture Polish. They are the new one-stroke brushes from Picture Polish. They're number 3 and number 4. One of them is a square tip brush, the other is an angled tip brush. They are perfect for one stroke. They have aluminium handles with those little rubber rings around the edges for really good gripping. They also have aluminium lids, which makes it easier to protect them. Now they are $11 each. I know some people might think that's a little bit expensive, but in my mind, spending like a decent amount of money on a good quality brush, you will be able to have that brush for years. These are very good quality brushes. I love them. Paint that I'll be using to create the design is all acrylic craft paint. It's matte acrylic craft paint. I find that the matte versions of these acrylic craft paints work better than the glossy versions. So to do the one stroke, we're basically going to take your brush, you're going to dip one corner of it into one color and then the other corner into the other color. And then what you want to do is blend that on a piece of paper. You can blend it on your palette, or if that doesn't work very well, then you can sort of blend it on a piece of paper, and then we'll go ahead and do the same on the nail. So the inspiration for this design comes from a stock standard galaxy image that I found on Google Images, and all I'm after is a very kind of a subtle sort of effect, or one stroke gradiented effect, and even when I first put it on I thought it was a little bit heavy-handed, so I actually went back with a little bit of water and sort of muted it out, and you can see there's a little bit sort of missing from the design. I don't really know how it worked out, but I really liked it in the end. Anyway, you can see what I'm doing. Now, as you can see, I've dipped that angled brush into a little bit of the white paint, and we're going to create sort of like a comet kind of shooting star thing. Yeah, I was pretty much making all of this up as I went along. Even though I was working from an image from Google, the end result kind of didn't look a lot like what I was looking at on Google, but anyway. Next I'm coming in with the white paint and creating the planet, or at least the startings of the design of the planet. Now I didn't want the planet to be a solid design because on the picture that I was working from it was kind of disintegrating. Obviously I suppose it's not really shooting stars, it's more like, you know, comets smashing into the planet and breaking it up, and that's why we're coming in with a little bit of black acrylic craft paint around the edges and sort of towards the middle of the planet, just to make it a little bit more you know, smashed up. Once I had those little bits of black on, I then decided to come in with some very, very watered down white and bring that over, sort of over those black bits to make it a little bit more muted, because it was very, very harsh and made it look a little bit sort of not real. Not that it looks real in the end, but anyway, you get the general gist of what I was trying to go for. When you use seriously watered down acrylic craft paint, it has that sort of pooling effect, and it gives you sort of like a ghostly image or a ghostly feel to it. So that's generally what I was going for. Once you have your planet and your galaxy thing the way you want it, you can go ahead and top coat it. I'm using Seche Vite as per usual. Then now on my middle nail, I decided to use some watered down acrylic or white acrylic craft paint, and what I was trying to go for was a heap of shooting stars on the middle nail. Didn't turn out exactly the way I thought it was going to, and in the end the top coat kind of muted it all out and made it look like it wasn't even there, so it was kind of a pointless exercise in the end, as you will see. Like at this stage I thought it's a little bit too bright, so I came in with some water to try and mute it down a little bit. Yeah, that didn't had the kind of opposite effect, or not the opposite effect, it kind of just like really muted it out, and I just was really tired by then, so I couldn't be bothered. I came in with a little bit of white acrylic craft paint on the edge of the, actually on the edge of the tip of Picture Polish's fine detail brush, which is the number 10 in their range, just to add some little stars all over the place. And it really was kind of pointless because the Saphira from Picture Polish doesn't need any of that, not really, because it's basically Galaxy in a bottle, as I said before. So anywho, with this now, it was the thought that counted, and that was pretty much it. Okay, so discounting the middle nail, that's it for this one. I really hope you liked it. I hope you give it a go. It's actually a lot easier than you would think it would be. So yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing. And thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye. Oh, oops. Now, hang on a second. I've got one more thing to say. The other day, Jeanette Veganese, I probably have mispronounced your name. I do apologise. She mentioned something about my pronunciation of the word nougat or nougat. Because I live in Australia and we generally follow the English pronunciation of things, we actually say nougat, not nougat. Just like we say basil instead of basil. We say tomato instead of tomato. So there you go. There's a point of difference between, different countries and this, that, and the other. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know. It was easier to say it rather than type it. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Bye.